Hey guys, how you doing? Hopefully you're doing okay. I'm going to start off by giving you a very thorough overview of the article here, which has only just been published a couple of hours ago. Somewhat breaking news. My views might be a little bit controversial at points. I'm just going to speak honestly. There might be an aspect of victim blaming to what I'm about to say. So apologies, no apologies. If you appreciate the coverage, please do like, comment, subscribe, share the video as you see fit. So we'll start off by looking at the headline, perhaps. A 13-year-old Aboriginal boy suffers gruesome injuries after being mauled by a police dog. The family claim that the 13-year-old boy, whose name is Jayden Abraham, the family claim that he was handcuffed and sitting down at the time that he was mauled by a police dog. Western Australian police, Perth police, state that that is not the case. That yes, the boy was mauled by a police dog. That part the police has acknowledged. But the police has said that body-worn camera footage of the arrests showed that the boy was not in restraints. Okay, so there is some some questions as to whether or not the family's claims that the boy was handcuffed at the point of being attacked by a police dog. There's a question mark as to whether or not that is true. Police say there's body-worn camera footage of the arrest, and that shows that the boy was not in handcuffs at the time that he was attacked by a police dog, which he certainly was attacked by a police dog. Why would he be attacked by a police dog? Well, therein lies somewhat of a controversy. There was a stream of burglaries, a stream of issues on Sunday night in South Perth. Bentley and St. James are the two suburbs, and there was a stream of incidences, a crime spree. With that, police responded to literally 10 different phone calls on that night, Sunday night. The phone calls relayed information in regards to 3 juveniles and 1 adult. Apparently, allegedly, they were breaking into cars, they were breaking into homes across these 2 suburbs in South Perth, the suburbs again being St. James and Bentley. Again, this happened Sunday night. So, at least 10 people in the area, 10 local residents, called the police, talking about a crime spree involving 3 juveniles and 1 adult. They were breaking into cars, allegedly, breaking into homes, allegedly, across the area. Naturally, the police rightfully responded with whatever resources they have available to them, which includes canines. One of the altercations that were reported involved a 50-year-old man, I believe a resident, a victim, a 50-year-old man who was threatened with a knife in the backyard of his own home. These are serious allegations against the culprits of this crime spree across these 2 South Perth-based suburbs on Sunday evening. Multiple incidences, breaking into cars, breaking into homes, alleged threats with a knife. I'm glad the police responded. I'm glad the police took the situation seriously and that they utilized a canine unit. So the police set out at around 11:40 p.m. Sunday evening. They arrested 3 juveniles, which included Jayden. They also arrested an adult. Again, the police, Western WA police, have mentioned that they do have body cam footage of the arrest. They do acknowledge that a police dog did maul the 13-year-old that we see here. His name is Jayden Abraham. But again, the police say he wasn't handcuffed at the time. And that the injuries occurred during the arrest. So not after the arrest, not whilst he was sitting down, not whilst he was handcuffed, according to the Western Australian Police, according to what the body cam footage that they refer to. The family are saying that the 13-year-old boy was attacked when he was handcuffed. My take on it, I go with the police. The police are the ones with the evidence. They're the ones with the body cam footage. You know, are they lying to the public at this point? Are they lying to the media at this point? I mean, if they are, woe betide them. But at this point, I got to believe the family. Sorry, misspoke. I've got to believe the police. I am not inclined to believe somebody that was arrested, a 13-year-old boy that was arrested in the midst of a crime spree. I'm just not inclined to believe that little piece of shit. There, I said it. Am I allowed to do that? Is that victim blaming? Am I wrong for blaming the victim, the 13-year-old boy that has been attacked by a police dog? Jayden is in hospital. He has a severe eye injury. We've seen several pictures of that. Of course, I hope that he does make a full recovery. Of course, naturally, we wouldn't want him to lose his eyesight. It's a shame that he suffered the pain that he has after being mauled by a dog. It's a shame that he's going to continue to require medical treatment, perhaps on an ongoing basis, and perhaps he will lose sight in his eye. Again, we hope that that isn't the case. I mean, some of the pictures are indicating that, well, this picture here, I mean, I'm going to guess, I'm not a doctor, of course, but I would guess, my guess would be that his vision has recovered, at least to some extent. If it hadn't, then I would imagine that his eye would continue to be covered. But it looks to me, again, not as a doctor, that he is healing well. I do hope that is the case. But I have to say, well, I don't have to say, but I'm going to choose to say, this little 13-year-old Jayden Abraham, if he is guilty of being a part of a group of 3 juveniles and 1 adult that decided to take it upon themselves on a Sunday evening to ransack and rampage through 2 suburbs in Perth, then if that is the case, which is what is being alleged, that's what he's been arrested for, if that is the case, he's a piece of shit. As are his parents. Yeah, I said it. As are you, parents. Did you come and watch this video to see if you get a little sympathy from a YouTuber? Well, you are getting a little bit of sympathy, or rather, the child is getting a little bit of sympathy, but the parents aren't. Fuck you, parents. Fuck you. Why are you allowing your 13-year-old to be walking the streets 11:40 p.m. of 2 suburbs in a gang, allegedly breaking car windows, smashing into cars, breaking into homes, allegedly part of the group, threatening local residents with knives? I mean, WTF, parents. CPS, Child Protective Services, I hope you're looking into this case. If this boy is guilty of being a part of that gang, that group that did all of this damage, that did this crime spree, fuck this little boy. He deserves to be jailed. He deserves to be put into juvenile detention. Of course, so do the others that were a part of this crime spree. This alleged crime spree. Have I disappointed you, parents and family members and friends of Jayden? Were you really hoping for a little bit of sympathy for this boy? Well, you got a little bit of sympathy for the boy. I genuinely, wouldn't want to see this boy or any other physically harmed. But it happened during an arrest. The police have a job to do. It doesn't work for the police to say, hey guys, can you stop doing that, please? Come over here, please, and allow yourselves to be arrested. That doesn't always work. Some people resist arrest. Some people go out there committing crimes willy-nilly. with no care for the victims of their crimes, be that property crimes or physical crimes on their person. This, as far as I can understand, as far as I can ascertain, and I could be entirely wrong, if I am, so be it. But from what I've read in this article, perhaps based on my general faith in the police, which is strengthened by the fact that the police are referring to body cam footage of the arrest. They've not deleted it. They'll be posting it. They'll be making it public soon. I want to see it, and perhaps I'll do a follow-up video. But my take on it, my judgment, my speculation is this 13-year-old Jayden Abraham is a piece of shit. He's a thug in waiting. He's a thug in development. The parents, pieces of shit. Do some fucking parenting. You've got a 13-year-old gang member as a child that's roaming the streets, being a part of a crime spree. Your parents ought to be ashamed. If the parents have other children, I'm going to mention it again, CPS, Child Protective Services, investigate this family. Investigate the family that's running to defend this little boy. I mean, maybe I'm being a little bit silly at this point. I'll say it anyway, but perhaps won't quite back what I'm about to say. Why are these family members running to support this young boy? Obviously, because he's been injured, yeah? But isn't it a bit disingenuous if they're aware that the boy is a part of a crime spree, or likely a part of the crime spree? Isn't there a certain point that we have to stop protecting those that are a part of our group, that are a part of our family? You know what I mean? We've got to stop enabling at a certain point, surely. And I get it. I get the natural desire, instinct, the natural instinct to protect those that are a part of our group. I get it. We stick up for our buddies. We stick up for our family. Not always, but it does happen. I don't know. At a certain point, you got to go, you're a piece of shit, Jayden Abraham. You're a fucking moron for going out on this crime spree. What the fuck are you thinking? Breaking into multiple people's homes, breaking into people's cars, being a part of a gang, threatening people with knives. What the fuck are you thinking? You're a piece of shit. You need to grow up, and you need some proper parenting. Too late for that, probably. You need some proper discipline. I would throw this boy, if he's found guilty, and of course he deserves to go in front of a trial, as do the other juveniles that were arrested. 3 juveniles arrested in total, including Jayden, as well as a 21-year-old adult. They've been charged with stealing and being armed in a way that may cause fear. These guys, if they're found guilty, need to be thrown in jail, thrown in juvie, and given some proper discipline. I mean, young man, I hope you fucking learned your lesson. You've been mauled by a police dog. I hope you have learned your lesson. I've got no faith that he has. Why am I being so harsh? Why am I being such an asshole? Well, I don't know. I'm just annoyed, man. These scumbags destroyed 2 suburbs in a night. They went on a. I'm exaggerating to a degree, but I would not like to be a victim of a gang that roams the streets, doing whatever the F they want, threatening people, breaking car windows, stealing property, breaking into houses. I would not want to be a victim to that. And I don't give a fuck about how old the culprits are. Yeah? You're a 13-year-old boy, but you're a 13-year-old boy acting like a thug, acting like a gangster, acting like a criminal. You do get sympathy from me. Not a lot. I'm going to wrap things up here at this point, guys. Have I gone too far? Have I offended some of you? I do want subscribers, but at the same time, I got to be myself. I've got to express my views, and my views change and evolve all the time. I'm not an expert at this true crime thing. I'm just reading through these articles, and whatever thoughts pop into my mind are the thoughts that pop into my mind. In this case, I've been a little bit pissed off. I've seen beyond the initial image, the initial aspect of a 13-year-old being attacked during the midst of an arrest. I've looked beyond that, and I've got annoyed and disgusted by the fact that these boys and this 21-year-old man were doing the damage to multiple other people. They're assholes. And I'm annoyed by the fact that they're being presented as victims when they're actually the culprits. There's hypocrisy at play here, and I'm not happy with it, and I'm happy to call it out. And again, the family, you've gotten as much sympathy from me as you're going to get. Don't expect any more. And the parents ought to be ashamed of yourselves. And CPS, again, need to look into this further. I'm going to wrap things up. Take care.